Hello and a very warm welcome everyone. It's Marta here. Welcome another video tutorial. My friends, while I was in the hospital with my son, I had this parcel delivered from the Kokorosa and I didn't have a chance to play with this new release dice yet. So today I'm going to be creating Autumn Vibe card. I thought it will be a nice break from all the Christmas creations. Plus, it will give me a chance to try all these dice. I was especially excited about this oak tree branch with leaves and acorns. And a little fun fact is that my surname, Debicka, in Polish is actually, how to translate that in English would be like Mrs. Oakwood. So oak tree, it's something, I really like, and it will be fun to create a card out of it. Now I'm cutting all my elements twice, all of them, and I prefer to hand color my elements rather than cut them from the plain colored cardstock. I do think that they are looking way better if we create this uneven splotchy texture rather than have just this plain like brown color cardstock or something. And in today's video, I wanted to use those little cubes from Distress Ink series. I do have the large Distress Oxide inks, but the uh, traditional Distress inks I only have in those little mini cubes. And one thing I want to tell you, my friends, especially for the beginner crafters, I've bought those ink cubes many years ago. I think they are older than my YouTube channel, so it will be probably like 5 years or something like that. And just to let you know, my friends, you don't need all the colors, all the rainbow sets like a full collection, especially at the beginning of the crafting. And just try to stick with few primary colors to even see if you like stamping, if you like coloring. And one thing I will tell you, if it comes for blending elements using the colors, ink pads as a backgrounds, things like that, I would rather buy a smaller selection of the ink pads, but buy them in a good quality. The distress inks, this is something I cannot praise enough, and this is one thing I would never save up money by buying the cheaper alternative, because I've bought like a cheaper set just to try and see how they will look like, and that was like set or 4 or 5 colors within one family colors, and they were like £2 per this little set, and it was like nothing even close to. They were half dry, they weren't giving me like blending results or anything, they were just dry, and it was just waste of the money. So whatever you're buying, and I'm saying that many occasions, to be careful, to not overspend, to see if some things you can buy like a little bit cheaper, like for example cardstock for your card bases. It doesn't have to be, the most expensive one. You can find good quality cardstock in a decent price range. But the color ink pads, I would definitely buy the original. I would definitely invest to have them in a good quality, because this is something which will be making the whole difference. And here I will tell you, I want to show you one example. I wanted to do a smooshing technique. This is very inexpensive cardstock, and the color just basically disappeared. It got so splotchy, and it was just awful. So I switched that with the watercolor paper, but this watercolor paper, it's also very inexpensive one. It's the one which I am buying in auction store, and these are like I don't know, £1.50 or like less than $2 per block. That's 24 pages, and these are super good quality. It's very inexpensive, but the color is absolutely flawless, smooth, and it's just stay on the paper, and I really like how nice and vibrant they are look. And one more thing, especially for the beginners crafter, if you do some coloring, if you do some, I don't know, stamping, inking, blending technique, and something is not working, you're not getting the results you want to, uh, it could be the reason may lie in the paper. Like, try to switch the paper for a different one, and you'll see instantly, as you could see in between those two pieces, how much difference you get by switching the paper. So this is just one tip I want to share. So once I colored this piece, I did some little bit stamping, but I was doing the stamping while it was still wet. So I have this like kind of a blend text. It's very pale, but it's there. You could see it once you get the close-up look, and it's something I like to add to my backgrounds. I think it's just adding that additional interest to the card. Now I'm gonna be doing the composition. And for these wooden boards, I'm cutting them in half, well, a little bit less than a half. I think it was like two full pieces and then 1 inch, but dependingly on the size of your paper, just have a look. It's just something to help me to arrange the composition, and then I am alterating them. I put two full pieces and a half, and then starting on a half, and then followed by two pieces. So that way I have this kind of like a brick layer effect, and I'm only adding this piece to the half of the card, slightly more than a half, so I could have this kind of like a fence effect, and then it will look like the branch is sitting on the top, and then I have this like a brick wooden effect fence on the bottom. And because I use quite a lot of the moisture on this piece of the paper, and I was worried that it will affect my card base and it will be bending, what I'm doing here, I'm adding the piece of the cardboard in between the layers, and this is the compressed cardboard. It's the same thing as if you go to any like a pub or a bar, order a drink, and you have this little coaster. This is the same material. They're very inexpensive. You can buy those compressed cardboards online, and try to look for a beer mat. If anyone is interested, you can try to this beer mat sheets, and I'm buying mine in like a 1 millimeter or 1.5 millimeter thickness, and these are great. They're so stiff, and they are a great replacement for the double-sided foam tape. And of course you can use a regular card stock as well, like a regular cardboard will be working fine as well. It's just I wanted to have something in exact size as my layer, so that's why I use the compressed cardboard. Now I have two sentiments. These are coming from the craft o'clock, and this one actually on the back side you could see it has written saying in Polish. They were like bilingual, or English on one side and Polish on the other one, and the Polish side, when I turned it upside down, it was saying kocham cię, which is the word for I love you. So a quick message to all of you, my friends. I love you so much, and thank you for being here for this wonderful YouTube journey. I think it's like 5 years now I'm here, so I couldn't be happier, and thank you so much everyone for all your kindness, all your comments, and support. This is a huge thing, and I really appreciate that I could be here and create and share my ideas with you. So I am adhering the branch, and I'm just placing it with the help of the liquid adhesive. This is the tacky glue, but PVA glue or any other adhesive will be working fine as well. And then I am just adding this whole layer to my card base. I wait till I specifically adhere the branch because I wanted to nicely trim it to the size, and then I could just place the whole thing on the card base. And now I have my 2 sentiments, and I'm trying to figure it out the position, where do I want it, and then I'll be adhering my leaves and my acorn. And I think that in overall this card design is super pretty. I could do it in many colors, many occasions, and maybe if I'll switch the leaves to green, that will be more kind of a spring summertime card as well. Maybe do like a blue color background. So many different things you could actually do with this design and change it accordingly to the seasons. I like creating autumn vibe cards. I do like those color combination with the fall theme. However, the springtime, I think it's my favorite. So I'm already waiting for it until I'll be able to create more floral elements and springtime cards. Definitely, it's one thing I really, really like. However, I do enjoy this design, and I think those like little acorns and leaves are just so pretty. And for each of my leaves, I add a little bit texture to them. I am just kind of like folding them in half just to help them to rise up, and then I a little bit crinkle them. I think they are looking a little bit better this way. They're more natural, resembling natural look of the leaves rather than they would be at here just completely flat. And do not worry about it. If you get them crinkled a little bit, it will still fall flat in the envelope. So it's just something, I like to do because it's adding additional dimension. And my card is almost finished. I will complete it with a couple of the droplets. I think it's just resembling this like a morning dew when it's all wet and you've got those little droplets on the leaves. So I think it's just a nice addition. You could also use like a Nuvo drops or any other type of embellishment just to finish the card. And one more thing which I thought afterwards when I finished making this card, it would be good just to get my like a wink of Stella pen or something and add a little teeny tiny bit of the shininess to the leaves. So here is a close-up look. I hope you enjoyed this card. Let me know what you think, if you like to create those type of the autumn vibe inspiration as well. And of course, thank you so much everyone for supporting, for subscribing to my channel. If you don't want to miss any more videos, please click the notification bell, and of course please share the video. That would be a huge help in growing my channel. I'm thanking everyone, and I'll see you shortly. Have a wonderful day, and bye bye.